Hello, and welcome back to Geek TV, where our love for Doctor Who lives forever.
Oh, no, not the Vikings.
You're coming with us.
Peter Capaldi's second series continued to surprise with The Girl Who Died, an adventure that blends fantasy and farce. But did it continue to impress? I imagine the first 35 minutes or so of this episode will be pretty divisive. If you like your Doctor Who to be atmospheric and scary, then I'll be honest, you're better off watching Listen for the umpteenth time. For the most part, this is a Vikings versus aliens caper that's more in line with something like last year's Robot of Sherwood. A big difference being that 12 months on, Peter Capaldi feels much more comfortable with this sort of lighter, frothier material.
So now, if you don't mind, I'm going to go outside and wipe my boot in the grass.
There's an almost Monty Python quality to the earliest scenes with hapless farmers and fishermen being cowed by gods and aliens. But gradually, The Girl Who Died does raise the stakes.
Doctor! Doctor!
There's a fantastic scene in which the Doctor and Clara consider their possible imminent demise at the hands of the Mire, and Peter Capaldi, Jenna Coleman, as ever, fantastic. You know, just as good whether they're delivering gags or dealing with this sort of heavier material. And, most dramatic of all, the Doctor's latest gadget is no more. So long, Sonic sunglasses, you won't be missed. But where the episode really shifts is in a mind-bending final act in which the Doctor potentially makes a really huge mistake. Now, the mechanics of the character played by Maisie Williams being resurrected are pretty clumsy, I'll be honest. That said, it's the aftermath of her being brought back that's intriguing. You know, the idea of a girl growing into a woman and becoming immortal and becoming more and more intelligent, more and more experienced, and potentially more dangerous, that's an intriguing idea and one I look forward to seeing played out next week. Mostly then, The Girl Who Died is a sharp and funny tale that comes in stark and refreshing contrast to recent episodes, but those final scenes then elevate it to something more. The climax is ambitious, and while it's not perfect, I'm certainly tantalised enough that I want to find out what's to come from The Woman Who Lived. So, I'll see you next week for more Geek TV.